Hey, this is Puri, and in this short video, I'm going to show you the entire Pod Shorts workflow inside of the GenX Pro app, which you can download via the link below this video. And what Pod Shorts will give you is virtually unlimited short form content for your TikTok, for Instagram, or YouTube Shorts. So in this video, I'll show you every single step. And if you download the free GenX Pro software from the link in the description, you can actually follow along and execute this as I will go through the process. So with that being said, let's dive right into the tutorial. All right, so as you can see right now, I'm inside of the Pod Shorts here, and how you are getting to that is you need to go to the beast mode. So when you first install GenX Pro, you will see this screen, which is the standard screen. So what do you want to do? You want to click on this at the top and switch to the beast mode. And then on the beast mode, you go to the sidebar here and you'll find this Pod Shorts workflow. Now, the way how Pod Shorts work is first you need to create a transcript from any podcast. So as you can see, I have done already some of the transcripts right here, but essentially the first step that you want to take is you want to go to this text workstation, you want to select transcripts, and you want to search for any podcast out there. It can be your podcast or somebody else's. So just type in, let's say, my first million, and let's search for that podcast. It's going to show up here, as you can see. And now we can pull all the latest episodes, or you can load virtually all the episodes they have, right? And then what you can do, you can now take any of these episodes, select them, and you can transcribe them. And that will take maybe 2-3 minutes. It depends on how long is the podcast. Typically, it takes just a few minutes. So let's just schedule this transcription right now. You'll see it happening in a moment. It's going to go into the transcription mode, and you're going to see this action happening right here in the activity center. This is where you can see all the things that you do. You can see all the actions there. While we wait for this transcription, let's just go here and let me show you what are typically the next steps and what are the typically kind of the next outcomes, right? So once you have the transcription done, what you then can do is click on the transcription, and this is how the transcription will look like, and then do a full analysis of that transcription. And what that analysis step will do, it will identify viral moments inside of that podcast that you can then turn to the short form videos. Now, for this particular episode, I have already done that. So let me show you kind of the recent analysis that I have done. So let's just select this podcast right here. And as you can see, we already have here the 10 viral moments identified. So these are the moments that you can pick any of these. So these are the top 3, as you can see here at the top. And then we have additional ones right here at the bottom. And you can obviously use all of them at the same time. So that means you can create 10 videos at the same time, or you can just select one of them and go with one of them. Now, as I just noticed in the activity center, the transcription has been completed. As you can see, we can click continue, we can click save. And as you can see, this 55-minute podcast, 11,734 words with timestamps were transcribed in literally 2 minutes or 3 minutes or so. And now you have option to download the transcript in multiple formats. You'll also find here the library, and you'll find that transcript inside of the library for you to use at the later times. Let's just go back to the Pod Shorts. And now let's just click on the show recent. And what you will see is this latest podcast transcription showing up right here. And so I want to show you what are the next steps that we do, which is the analyzing transcript. So we are going to analyze this transcript. It's going to kick off the analysis right now, and that's going to happen in the background. So I just want to kind of cover this step as well, so you see exactly how that works. But now, since I already have done some of these analysis here, we can just take that podcast right here and pick any of these viral moments that we want. And as I mentioned before, we can pick all of them, or we can pick just one of them. And as you can see, I have used one of them already, so we can kind of uncheck that and not use it again. Now, for the demonstration purposes, I'm going to just take one of these. right? So let's just take this first one and let's just go to the configuration screen where we can now customize a couple of things. Now, the first thing you will notice is that your entire kind of short is breaking down into the sentences. And what you want to do is you kind of want to read and go through this and see whether there are some missing pieces or something you don't want to include. For example, maybe you don't want to include the sentence at the top. Maybe you want to kind of start with something like this, like one of the ways that people continue, blah, blah, blah. So you can now see how the sentence starts, right? And then I can go at the end and see whether I need to include this last sentence. Probably, maybe not. So I can just keep this one, right? And this is how you can build sort of the length of the short. So in this case, it's going to be what, 34 seconds is the projected length of that short. So we have now configured kind of the script itself. Now, the next step is to pick the caption styles. At the moment, when I'm recording this video, we are supporting 8 caption styles for the Parr charts. We actually have 21 styles integrated into the GenX Pro beast mode, which you can download via the link in the description. But right now for the Parr charts, we have 8 caption styles. And if we preview the styles, this is how the Parr charts will look like. So as you can see, we will have kind of the B-roll going on under the captions. And then we have the reference to the podcast with this kind of wave of audio, right? Because the audio will be actual audio from the podcast, right? Now, looking at the styles here, so we could probably take this style or whatever style, it really doesn't matter. It's just about the preference that you like. You click apply, and so you now have the style selected. And of course, you can switch it here if you want to, and then you can also decide where you want captions to be placed. Do you want them to be placed in center, or you want them to be placed at the top? I'm going to choose center, and that's that. Now, then we have, again, looking at the current version of the GenX Pro, we have 3 generation modes. So we have the fast mode, and what the fast mode means is that it's going to create the scenes, and then it's going to automatically from those scenes create the actual B-roll footage, right? Whereas advanced is more sophisticated. So what it will do first, it's going to create the scenes, it's going to create images for those scenes, and then it's going to turn those images to the video. And typically this is where you are going to get a higher quality result for your Parr chart, right? And then we have the third option, which is obviously where you can get the highest quality, but you also then have to kind of invest a little bit more time. And that's where you plan the scenes yourself. So what you can do, you can click add from the library, and now it's going to show you all the content that you have in the library, and you can start to select the content, whether it's a video or it's an image, or you can simply search your library. So we have the integrated search, which means that you are going to find all your assets in the library, regardless when you generated them. So if you type in, let's say, mountain, right? And you do the search, it's going to return mountain regardless when you generated that, right? Now I'm going to go back with the recent, and so you can literally select videos and images that you have generated before, and that means that these images and these videos are going to be used for the scenes. And this is an enormous kind of cost saving, because you don't have to generate B-rolls again and again. You can just use what you already have. And here you can read kind of the script, and then based on the script, you can think about, okay, which ones do I need to select in order to get the highest quality B-roll? Now, for this demonstration, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the advanced mode. I'm going to confirm it. And now I'm going to just schedule the Parr chart generation. And as I showed you before, you can actually do 10 Parr charts at the same time. So you can configure all of them at the same time, and they will be created at the same time. So now let's just click generate, and it's going to go to work. And meanwhile, while that's happening, as you can see, the analysis we did before is already completed. So we can click continue, and we can see that we have the next podcast kind of transcribed and analyzed, and we have the next viral moment identified. And so now we can select all of them, for example, and we can go and, as you can see, configure them one by one. So for each one of those, we can pick the generation type, we can pick the captions, so they can all be different. And so you literally can, you know, fire up your GenX Pro app in the morning, transcribe one of the recent episodes, kind of select all these viral moments, go through them. Maybe it will take 15-20 minutes for you in total, and you'll have 10 posts that you can instantly schedule across one or multiple accounts, depending of how you run your business, right? So you can do this at the same time. And of course, we also have options here where you can go to images, and we have all the latest models in there, like Nano Banana, for example, for images or videos. People love Dance right now, 2.0. It creates magical videos. So all of them are available here. Voice generation, cloning, avatars, AI influencers. So literally anything you want, you can do with the GenX Pro. And as I mentioned before, it's a free app that you can download via the link below. You don't have to pay subscriptions. You can just top up your account with credits that never expire. So whether you use them today or use them 2 years from now, it doesn't matter. They will be in your account, and you'll be able to use them with all the tools that are available, including the agent, including all the caption styles. As you can see here, we have literally everything you need in order to produce results. Now, as you can see in the activity center, we have a completed job right here. And as you can see, the pod short is already ready. And so we can click continue. And now we can see the entire pod short right here. And let me just disable the sound here, and you can then see as how that works. All the scenes right here, step by step, are designed, and your pod short is completely ready. It's going to be saved in your library. It's going to be available right here for download. And then you can also, for example, use the studio, where you can, for example, add the frame if you want to. You can pick some color of the frame and generate the frame. So many different other features are available, but the key thing is that with the pod shorts, you can generate virtually unlimited short form content for your TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube shorts, and you are giving attribution to the actual podcast creator, which is also good. So it's a win-win solution for both sides, and you can do that very easily, as you saw in this video. So just to recap what we talked about, so in the text station, everything starts with the transcript. So you can search for the podcast, transcribe the podcast, and once you have the transcription available, you can go to pod shorts, then show the recent transcriptions, run an analysis for those transcriptions, and then simply choose the segments from that transcription. And as I mentioned before, you can use all kind of 10 at the same time and configure all of them at the same time, or go one by one. But the result is that you have at least 10 pieces of content from a single podcast episode every single time. And there are virtually unlimited sources of podcasts that you can use for your pod shorts. So that's it for this tutorial video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to the GenX YouTube channel so you can get the next video when we release it. And also download the GenX Pro app. It's a free desktop application with all the features that I'm showing you in this video and much more. And the best part is completely free. All you have to do is just top up your account and start to use it immediately to create either pod shorts, daily shorts, transcribe content, create IntelliScripts, use the agent in the chat mode, use all the other models. So there are lots of options that you can find inside of the GenX Pro app. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much. My name is Puri. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.